How's it hanging, YouTube? Peter here, your Ginger Jody Geek, and I am joined as ever by... You look stunned there, James. What happened there?
It's the thing I do, that little, surprise.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. Anyway, I'm joined as ever by my two friends from YouTube, my only friends. We've got James T. Keegan. How are you, James?
Heyo, what's up?
I've got bounce back. Has somebody
I can hear it as well.
Is that...
It's not me because I've just muted myself. 100% James.
Oh, it's my mobile phone.
Oh.
It's 100% James.
Yeah. I didn't say it was 100%.
No, he did.
I did. Oh. It's on a stream now. You can rewind. I can't go back on that.
Oh, God, can we restart? Anyway, hello, everybody. We've got, as ever, James and Ben. How's Ben?
I'm good. I've been really looking forward to this because, all week, there's just been a barrage of news and stuff like that, to the point where I was going to do a San Diego Comic-Con stream on Sunday, and I'm not going to do it because I'm just so fucking overwhelmed by the volume and diversity and, of all the different sort of releases and companies, and I was just like, this is too much effort. So I'll let someone else do the effort and go on Peter's show on Thursday night, Friday night. It's been a long week.
It's been a very long week. Yeah, so we are here to talk toys. Before we do that, we'll quickly jump into the chat, see if anybody's watching. We've got StreamYard. Thank you for joining StreamYard. We've got Phil from Phil's Universe. Thank you for joining, my friend. And we've got Chris. How are you, sir? We've got GP Venom. Yeah, that's my new intro, GP. I'm going to use that for all these streams, I think. Anybody else? I think we're whack at the moment, so thank you very much. Okay, guys, let's crack straight on. Just as usual, cover a few things that have happened on the channel this week and on other people's channels. I've had a busy week. I've done two This Is My's, which were fun. I did Film Club over on Reviews with Rich's channel, so if you've seen Mission Impossible, go check that out because that's very, very cool. I've released a 1/6 scale video of Omni-Man, or Omnipotent Hero from So Toys. So please, if you're interested in figures, go on check that one out as well. We've got this tonight. Tomorrow night, we've got Saturday Night Live, and we're going to focus on toy-based movies or movies that prominently feature toys.
Killing me.
Come on it. So that's tomorrow night.
To be there.
Yeah. It's hard work, isn't it? You've all watched the last stream. It aged me. I'll see. I'm tempted now.
So that's tomorrow. Sunday, we've got this week's comics. So a review of all the week's reads. Monday, I've had a bit of a swap around. So Monday was supposed to be our top 3 DC movie scenes, but Efren's sunning himself in San Diego and he's knackered from the con. So we've swapped that around. So we'll do Let's Talk Toys this week, and then next week we'll do our DC top picks.
I'll come on there.
Sorry?
I'll come on the DC one.
Good stuff, Ben.
On my birthday as well. So
is it your birthday? Oh, we'll get a cake. We'll sing happy birthday to you. Oh, that did it for us. Do that again. What was that? Was that you blowing out there? Oh. That reminds me of, you guys will be too young. There used to be a TV series called Pob. You ever seen Pob?
I know Pob.
You used to spit on the screen and clean it. Ooh,
like a weird little sex doll.
Yeah.
That's your kink, is it?
That's often how I look at you and think, oh, there's a weird little sex doll. So we're going to be doing that on Monday. Benjamin, tell me about this.
Yes, it's just a recent video I did, just exploring whether I have got back into Lego. I basically got a random set bought for me and kind of document that process. And it was a fun video. So that's kind of my latest one. Officially, guys, I will have a collection tour. I'm aiming for the 5th, around about the 5th of August. So watch this space. On either the 5th or the 6th of August, I'm going to have my collection tour 2023. So I'm really looking forward to putting that together.
Cool. Very cool. I enjoyed watching your Lego video. I'm pleased you had more fun than I had when I built mine. So yeah, it's good stuff. Next week on Tuesday, we've got Crimson Cage review over on GP Venom's channel. That's at 8 o'clock. And then straight after that, I'm going to hop over onto the Reviews with Rich channel to do a Flash review. He was going to do Oppenheimer, I think, but then he's changed his mind to Flash. So that should
Just
be
wants to shit on it
interesting.
for an hour and a half.
I think that's what it is.
idea.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's going to be a real positive first.
It's going to be very positive. Yeah, very upbeat. Yeah, Oppenheimer's a good laugh, in relation to the Flash, isn't it? We've got the usual UK crowd. I think I've had a stroke. We've got the usual UK crowd. This week in Metropolis.
Stop plugging everyone. It's because you're trying to plug the 15 channels. It's hard for you, man.
So yeah, we've got this week in Metropolis there on a break at the moment. Wednesday we've got the Nerd Herd. Phil's in the chat. Phil, let me know what we are reviewing this week. We've got Killer Comic Show on Thursday. Please do check those guys out. And on Saturdays we've got the Grey Man. Okie dokie. Right, let's crack on because we've got absolutely shitloads to get through. So the way I've done this, guys, is we've had some normal kind of releases and things at the end of last week and the start of this week, which we haven't talked about. So we're going to touch on those briefly. We're then going to talk about all of the different stuff that's come out of Sideshow and San Diego Comic Con. Now, I make no apologies, and Ben, you'll keep us right, I'm sure. There's been that much stuff. I've just kind of lumped it all together because I cannot remember at what convention what came from and all the rest of it. So it's just literally a big shit of stuff. All right, so we'll just have to work through it together. We'll big plot of stuff. We've got Freezy's figures. Thank you very much for joining, my friend. Hope you are well.
Okay.
And we've got Connie who's saying she's on a train to Hartlepool. Connie, dodgy.
She's always out and about, isn't she?
She is, yeah. So let's start with this, guys, and you guys are going to have to tell us what the hell I'm looking at. But this was some blogger photos that came out at the end of last week. I think it came up Friday last week. There's two of these to look at from the Clone Wars. Little side card kind of action going on there. Or have these ever any interest to anybody?
No, not for me. Yeah, so it's a Bark Speeder, I think. James, is that right? And Commander Apo, I think, is the name of the trooper. But yeah, it's look, I think this is quite a niche release. I think it's going to obviously appeal to the army builders, the trooper collectors, and I think outside of that, not many people are going to pick this up. The amount of kind of space the sort of vehicle is going to take up, and also it's just like where does it fit in? I mean, I'm trying to recognize a specific scene. Yeah, I guess when they shoot down Ayla Secura, are they riding these? I can't quite remember, but
it
obviously
a few times
Clone Wars in general.
Series,
yeah. But yeah,
I mean, it looks quite interesting. I quite like the design. I have to say, I've been hovering over a Return of the Jedi speeder bike. And Trooper.
I don't know. That's the thing is like
that's iconic,
Yeah, there is 10 Star Wars vehicles I'd go for before this. So like, I look at this, I'm like, oh, that's cool, but like, not for me at all.
Yeah, interesting one. We then got this. This is the Hot Toys Old Man Loki from the Loki TV series. This is been an age and coming. We've already had the So-So Toys release. I'm seeing a lot of stuff online saying the So-So Toys one's a bit superior in terms of the quality of the cape and things like that. They look very similar to me, to be fair.
It's time to play the music. It's time to light the lights.
Yeah, I like the fact you get the bag with this one, and I love the fact you get Throg in the jar. So the version I've got, the Throg is loose, so I quite like the jar. It's a lovely figure. I love mine. But again, with Hot Toys, as we've talked about lots and lots of times before, this is far too late. Do you know what I mean? It's like well over a year since the show was out. So-So's was out at least 6 months or so ago, if not longer.
2 years since the show, and
is it?
You've had your one a year now.
Ages. Ages. Yeah, nice figure, mind. I do like it. I love the face sculpt. I think the head sculpt of Richard E. Grant is spot on. But I
think it's quite. I didn't want this to be better, because I like to champion more kind of affordable figures and things like that. But unfortunately, seeing it now, I'm like, there is a difference, like it is the elevated version. So, but is it elevated enough to, turn certain people who have the Susu Toys one already, like you?
No,
Clearly not
absolutely.
enough, so, but for me, who has kind of held off the Susu one, and this is one of my favorite MCU costumes that they've done to date, and just the casting of Richard E. Grant and stuff, it was just so inspired, and so I'd definitely take a look at this. Maybe not a retail price, but if I see it kind of drop down, to the sort of 200 mark, then I definitely might cast an eye on it.
I mean, we talk a lot, don't we, on this show about face sculpts and things like that. That for me is spot on.
That's
Absolutely
perfect.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
The grin loses a little bit of him, but I think they always struggle whenever they kind of have a harsher expression. But that stoic one is bob on.
Very cool. We've got 15 people watching. Thank you very much, everybody. Please do hit that like button, and please do subscribe to my friends' channels here. So James T. Keegan and the Attention Seeking Geek. Oh, now I've seen these before, so I couldn't remember if these were kind of first teased at one of the recent conventions. I don't think so. I'm sure I've seen images of these around. So these are the 3-0 Optimus Prime and Bumblebee from the latest Transformers movie. Ben, I know you've been talking before about wanting a Bumblebee. Is this up your street? Is this something you'd be interested in?
No, it's the scalings for me. Like, I kind of, if it's not 1/6 scale, it's going to struggle to kind of fit in anywhere in my sort of room and in my collection. But if you're going to have a 1/6 scale Transformer, then it's probably going to be the size of both of these cases, So, but I think Bumblebee's a little bit smaller. You could maybe get away with an RC. She's even smaller. You could maybe get her to scale in 1/6, but she'd still be 2 shelves tall. So that's weird. That's made me uncomfortable.
She's lush, man. Look at that. That's a stunning.
If anyone sees Peter in the car park sticking things,
rubbing me thighs,
petrol.
No. So I hear what you're saying about the scaling, but I've got all of my Transformers stuff on separate shelves away from the 1/6 stuff, so it works. RC for me. I mean, interestingly, this is RC from the Bumblebee movie, so not from the recent Transformers movie. And this is again from 3-0. I just love everything about this. I love the blue eyes. I love the design.
Detailing's mad.
It's very sleek.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, we've got Emin here saying he loves that RC. Yeah, me too. I think it's absolutely stunning. Welcome, Emin. Chris, as you say, I'm not a massive Transformers fan, being deprived as a child, but the detail in them is appealing. Yeah. The thing for me with these figures is the die cast as well, and I don't know why. It's probably a fetish thing, but I just find there's something sexy about diecast. I love the feel of it.
A lot about Peter tonight, guys. It's all coming out.
Yeah. I haven't got a frigging clue. I mean, this is from Broadwalk Empire or something. You guys see Broadwalk Empire? Yeah.
I have.
Half Face from Present Toys. I'm not aware of this. And we've got Jason Parker, ladies and gentlemen. Jason Parker in the house. So yeah, I'm not familiar with this character. The figure looks interesting. He's got some kind of face thing you take off, and there's a big hole where his eyeball should be. Not one that interests me in the slightest, but it is quite a nice figure. Either of you guys interested in this one? No.
Nah. Cool character.
Seen it. I was giving James room to breathe there because he's seen it. I've not even seen it.
I think he was injured in like World War One or something. Like so that's Jack Houston, who was in the Ben-Hur movie, starred in that.
Oh, right.
Tried to make him a guy for a bit, didn't work out. But it's a cool character. I think if you're into Boardwalk Empire, this would be one sort of akin to like the Peaky Blinders figures, or like
such a random
people would watch
choice for them to do. Like,
bizarre. Yeah.
Of all the franchises, and I guess, is he the lead character? He's not even.
No, he's one of the more iconic like figures in the show, but he's like not main cast, but like kind of supporting cast.
Reminds
kind of a
reminds me of
villainous
her from is it Wonder Woman, the lady in that? What's she
yeah,
called?
Madam Mask or something, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, not for me. Not for me.
Mm.
This is interesting. This is from Stella Toys. Never heard of them. This
That's
is
such a
Mr. Kung Fu. I love it.
Come on, guys, like a bit more creativity there. Like,
I just
I
can't
mean,
believe the audacity to like that's such a clear recast.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
so cheeky. So cheeky.
The costume looks shit, but doesn't it? I mean, that's not what he read. What the Hot Toys version comes in, is it?
No,
the Hot
the
Toys, there's the suit and
the suit and everything.
the costume, the proper costumes. This is
But head sculpt, as Ben says, is a recast and looks stunning. I just think this is a weird figure, not just this one, but the Hot Toys version as well. The focal point of this figure is his arms with those bands. Why didn't they just give him some seamless arms instead of the horrible joint section that you're always going to see? Do you know what I mean?
is this where he's fighting his mum?
No,
Shang-Chi's mum?
yeah, the opening sequence,
yeah.
I think. Yeah.
So if they do her, then it kind of makes a little more sense. But just to release this by itself seems like a strange,
odd,
choice.
Very odd.
Again.
And I've never heard of Stella Toys. Is that one you guys are familiar with?
No, it's probably. I mean, these are all the same company that just branch out with fake companies, you know. So I mean,
One person,
It's one person, yeah. You beavering away in a factory somewhere.
Nathan, in his basement.
Yeah. Okay, right. Then we'll get to our Hot Toys release that kind of we knew was coming, but came out this week. Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. This one comes with the lizard base. What do you think, Jason? Who the fuck's Jason?
I was reading Jason in the chat.
I was reading Jason's comment. Jason, I would like to know what you think personally. Ben, what do you think?
There's a sign you stream too much, guys.
just the same though.
The more I look at it, the more my hype has died down a bit with it. Like, so this is my favorite Spidey suit, and potentially my favorite Spidey as well. You know, in Andrew Garfield and favorite Peter Parker, whatever. Like, but that head sculpt, the more I've been looking at it, the more I think it's the expression. Like, the expression feels like it doesn't match with any moments. Like, you know, so like this bit where he's holding up the thing, like that expression doesn't match.
Do you know why, Ben? Do you know why it doesn't match with anything?
Why?
It's not a new sculpt. So that head sculpt is the same head sculpt they used on the last one. And you'll notice in the box later on, it's not named, it's not put down as what is it? Far from what's the
No Way Home? It's Amazing Spider-Man 2, isn't it?
Spider-Man 2. Yeah. And that's because apparently those licensing issues. So
that's
they've
very cheeky, isn't it?
They've not been able to do a new head sculpt.
Explains why this came out before all of the other pre-orders that went up before it. Doc Ock, Electro, you know, Toby. Right.
Yeah.
That's naughty.
I think it's shit because like you, when I saw it, I looked at the head sculpt and I thought it looks like a young Andrew Garfield.
But at the same time, the prototype pictures were this head sculpt, so I guess they're still giving us what they showed us.
Yeah.
It's just, I think the expectations sometimes are that it's going to come out better than what we saw. But yeah, it just doesn't match up. Like the point in pose, you know, and you know, when you have him in battle, it just seems off. But I absolutely love this suit, but I cannot go beyond the Spider-Verse, shall we say, at the moment, because that's kind of my focus, you know. So I'm hoping to get Spidey 2099, and I can physically only fit so many Spideys on that shelf. So unfortunately for now, it's a pass. But
what about you, James?
Looks shite. To be fair now, right? Like, I think you're bang on the expressions off, and it is like an older sculpt, and you can kind of tell that, like, you know, Hot Toys have come a long way in the time since this, you know, head sculpt was originally put out. But to be fair, you're not going to have it's unlike a vast majority of people are going to have this with the mask on, and I think the mask on figure looks good. I'm just not really. I loved him in No Way Home, but I'm just it's not my Spider-Man to say like I would rather have a Tobey Maguire or a Tom Holland, but I'm quite happy with my Gamerverse one. I'm not going to expand outside of that.
He is the best Spider-Man, though. We can all agree on that, James, right?
Not in No Way Home, he is definitely.
You're picking a fight, aren't you? You're picking
not in his own movies, I would say, but like
somewhere Luke has just bolted upright and he's rushing to defend him. Yeah. So guys, this figure comes with a very impressive looking base of the lizard.
Well, it doesn't come with it.
Oh no, yeah, sorry, you've got to buy it
separate.
You've got to buy it separate.
Yeah.
Have you seen any of the out of box images?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, so that's what someone's posted today.
Yeah.
It looks yeah.
I saw that exact photo actually earlier.
Yikes.
Yeah. It's I mean, coloring wise, it's more comic book accurate, I guess. That kind of more vibrant green and stuff. It's, especially when this is a separate piece, because some people were not even getting Andrew, they're just investing in this as a separate piece to kind of make up their No Way Home big display or whatever, they've got going on. And like, if you open it up and it looks like this, then
that's the phrase you'll probably say. I think if you open it up, you'll see exactly what Chris Bell has just said. What the cock is that? Jason just jumping back. Yeah, I think the number of who have mentioned the soundtrack to Across the Spider-Verse, stunning, absolutely stunning. Phil says Andrew's his favourite. Jason's just realised you're sober. James, it's a rare occasion.
Not for long.
He's working on it.
Not if I can help it.
Yeah. So yeah, if you want this figure, it is available from our friends over at Toys on Fire.
I would like it. I would like it though.
Get it then. Just get it. Make you happy. Will it spark joy? Ben? That's what I always say to myself.
Will it put a smile on that little face?
It does not.
That's very fair.
I wanted to mention this. Have you seen this?
I have, yes. Grimlock, Milaki, the robot.
A little video. It might be very loud, so just might want to take your earpods out.
When you mute it.
That's pretty sexy. That's
your copyright strike for the
yeah. But that's pretty cool, isn't it? That's an impressive bit of engineering, I think. Hazard a guess at how much? The Prime, the Optimus Prime, at the moment goes for, I think it's $650.
I think this was about 750, 800, wasn't it?
Yes.
More?
Yeah. 1,400.
What the fuck? Why is it double the price nearly of?
Well, I mean,
Optimus?
to be fair, when Optimus first came out, I think he was $1,000, and then he's dropped down to around the 600 mark now.
Because nobody fucking wants a robot.
Yeah. But this went straight out at 1,400. And I mean, it says that's discounted. So yeah, crazy, absolutely crazy prices. But yeah, I take it neither of you going to rush out and buy that one? Like shite, am I? No, nah.
Nah, it's Transformers, isn't it?
Yeah. Maybe, yeah. I don't know. No, if I was getting the one, I would have gotten the Prime, but I think I kind of convinced myself a while ago that it's just a gimmick. You know what I mean?
What if you saw it for 500 quid?
Yeah.
Talk to me.
I mean, Fuzzy feels it's tat. Absolute tat.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, not paying that money for it. Just wanted to mention these again. This came in earlier. Highlander 1/6 scale figures from Iconic. I've not heard of them. Iconic Studios. You heard of them ones, Ben?
Rings a bell. I think they do statues traditionally. I'm not sure. Yeah. It does ring a bell.
So yeah,
that's appealing to the guys in their early 50s, then, isn't it? Like, yeah.
Fuck off. I like Highlander.
Well,
Highlander's
there
very
you
good.
go.
I
There
can't,
you go.
I can't imagine any. That makes Jason cry. I don't know why it makes him cry.
I'm sorry, guys. That was a bit of a low blow for some of the.
I think he was
some of
talking
the
about
people in
Grimlock.
attendance. All right.
Was he from Tat to Tat? So this is obviously the oh god, Jason.
Just
this is the in art Superman. They've just put a little kind of video out of it. Has this got anybody excited?
No. It's just so boring. I mean, it's not boring because it's Superman, although it is boring because it's Superman. But it's, I'm just like, the thing is within art, yes, that Joker figure is incredible, right? But the delays and the kind of lack of communication when it's needed, and this guy John goes on all these streams, but I don't think I've ever seen him answer a question straight. He's like, he should be a politician or something, because there's never actually any answers for people in the community with the questions they have. And like, for me, it's just like they're just kind of, they're just copying Hot Toys homework. And yes, they might be doing it better, you know, in most instances, but it's kind of like, the Hot Toys Superman is a very good figure, and you know, I don't think people need people. Has he?
He's got massive fat. If you look at all of the Hot Toys Supermans, he's got like Luftwaffe German thighs. You know? Yeah. Have a look at one of the pictures when we're talking. Just see what he could crush a walnut. I reckon with those things. He's
The head sculpt though here doesn't blow me away like in the way that the other ones do. Like it doesn't look like you look at the Robert Pattinson. I'm like, that's the photo of Robert Pattinson that looks like. Whereas this, like, I can tell this is a figure.
Yeah, I don't know, James. In that image, maybe, but there's some guys who've put an image of, because this is the expression is an expression from a courtroom scene, and they've put the image of the courtroom Andy's face, and it's spot on. It looks very, very good.
Okay,
it is incredible, and all of their work is incredible. Don't get me wrong, but it's just like we're going to get 2 figures a year from them at this rate, and you know, and it's figures that we've already seen, and I just give, you know, I get that they've only got the Warner Brothers license and they can't distribute, you know, over in US and stuff like that, but at least go over the Warner Brothers stuff and give us things that we haven't had before. And I may be coming from a place of bias, but give us some, you know, the Suicide Squad Harley. You know, give us an in-art Margot Robbie head sculpt. Finally, give us a good Margot Robbie head sculpt. Give us you know, Warner Brothers 100-year anniversary. Give us a Dorothy Gale, you know, Wizard of Oz line in art. You know, like there's just so Michael Jordan Space Jam. There's so much there that you can do.
It's not happening. It's not happening.
No.
Nobody's making a Michael Jordan Space Jam.
Pick one of those figures.
Well, someone will make one, but it will be you know, a third party, I'd imagine, down the road. I'd buy that, actually, to be honest. Get a little bugs from him.
Yeah. Okie dokie. So not blown away by this one. This is not a one that's going to be hitting my list, I don't think. Though I don't have a Superman of that style. I've got a few others.
Do you not have a Henry Cavill? I thought you had one.
No, I've not got a Henry Cavill.
Haven't gone down the movie route.
Got to get this then, Peter.
He's that easy, isn't he?
Fair enough. Yeah, I'll get that.
Looking at the hair, rooted, do you think?
I couldn't tell, James.
That's sculpted in that picture.
Do you think there will be a rooted one? Because it's like so slicked back. Is there a point in doing?
It's not like in art to show the sculpted first. Usually they show the rooted first and then say, "Oh, and we've got a sculpted version." So I'd be interested to see.
Yeah.
Strange. Okay, guys, let's crack on with the meat of the show, what we really wanted to talk about. Like I say, there's been so much news. I've just squashed it all together, so we will be jumping from Sideshow? Don't you Sean Connery?
Sideshow.
What a Sideshow. To San Diego Comic-Con, all the rest of it. I'm going to start off with what I think is one of the shittest things, just to get it over and done with, because I kind of bear it. And that's this piece of shit.
How dare you? The droid is ready.
Me no like Triple G. No, G.
What the holy fuck? Honestly.
Just look at how giddy the two of us are about this. Like, we can't wait to get this little fucker home. Like, it's going to be amazing.
What are you
going
going
to
to
sit
do?
on my lap
I mean,
for every stream?
Yeah,
that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Yeah.
I'm going to tie him to my shoulder there and be up there like, hey.
So that's your wacky.
So this is life size. Why? Is this? Are you seriously going to? Are you seriously getting this? Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would consider this more than a Grogu or any other kind of. Even I know this will hurt James, but like even if I did a life-size BD unit, this is the dream life-size figure right here.
I get both. I'd have him working on BD. So
I love it. Yes.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Get 3 of them. The only thing with this that I find interesting is that, judging from the prototype, there's not a lot of soft goods here. So, like a lot of that looks sculpted. You know, the little cummerbund around his waist and stuff.
I mean, it's
like
funny
that.
you say that, Ben, as well, because I was going to say my eyes were immediately drawn to his hands in terms of there's obviously no articulation there because that whatever it is, the tool is just kind of hovering on his palm.
That's what I mean. It's well, yeah. I mean, I don't know whether that's for the sake of this they just stuck it on, but
I believe
the gloves
it's like swappable hands. They said.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, sculpted like whole hand gloves, like sculpted sort of thing. It looks very limited articulation in the arms, like almost like that. So I'm almost thinking, is this a situation where it's going to be a King Shark type release where it's a power pose, and that makes me optimistic in terms of pricing, because it might mean that it doesn't come in at your kind of £400 Grogu price point.
Yeah,
it comes in more at the sort of 250 point. Yeah, in which case, take my goddamn money.
In which case, we get 3 of them. I mean, ideally,
at least,
and we can meet up, James, and we could have little Anzellan conventions when we meet up. Yeah.
Fuzzy's asking what is life size for this? Seriously, what are we talking here?
He's very smaller than Grogu, isn't he? Like,
so they showed him off, and it was like there was one of the other 1/6 figures. I think the Anakin was like just nearby, and they look about the same height. So I think it is about 12 inches, maybe 13. It's just a bit wider. Like,
okay.
So he's smaller than Grogu anyway. So if you've ever seen a life-size one,
Chris, that's a tremendous comment. Yeah. So okay. So you guys are both getting a couple of these each. I'm not, because it's shit.
I'll send you one for Christmas, Peter.
Oh dear.
And then you can't do anything with it. You have to keep it.
I have to keep it. Keep it forever. Yeah. God almighty. You imagine. Takes the piss for this in life size. Yeah. Okay. But I mean, we weren't expecting this. Well, was this on the radar? Were we expecting it, or
we kind of fantasized about this?
Yeah,
we never
put it out into the.
Did we not get some of these with the what do you call them?
IG.
Yeah, the IG unit.
Tiny.
Hello. What was that noise? Hello. And then we've got these. These are from San Diego Comic-Con. These are from the Mondo stall. Slightly irritated by this because I don't know. So I've literally just ordered the Mondo Trapjaw, and then they've put this one out now, which is the kind of the more cartoon, colourful version. And I think I would have rather have had this one, to be honest.
I just cancel your pre-order.
But well, James is right there. It wouldn't necessarily match with
because you didn't you not want a certain Skeletor because it was like shaded. Like
it was the cartoon version.
And there's cartoon heads that go on these, that come with them, swappable. So like it's maybe to be in that line,
Yeah. I don't know. It's nice. It's nice. That Mr. Freeze is stunning. I love that. Any of these jump out at you?
No, I mean it's an avenue, isn't it? The Mondo, because it's you're not. it's very much an animated style kind of way of collecting, and even to the point where the Batman ones and the X-Men ones, if we look at any of those later, they don't even come with any kind of material or anything. So aesthetically, it just doesn't kind of match up with any of my collection, unfortunately. But I absolutely love the line, and I think they nail it every single time. Like the original one of this Mr. Freeze in color is just superb. Like very, very cool.
Phil, these are from Mondo. They do a whole host of animated lines. So they do the Batman line and they do the X-Men line, which we'll mention in a second. GP,
you can
I haven't
get them reasonably priced on second-hand market. I see loads on eBay pop up.
It's interesting because the Batman and the animated Joker one I was looking at the other day, I think it was about 120, 130 or whatever. But the Mondo Masters of the Universes don't seem to drop below 250, 200, 250, and they retain the value. Not sure why, but
I think it's demand, isn't it?
And weren't some of them like you have 24 hours to order this? So that's their limited, I think.
Yeah, they are limited.
But I think there's no other options with He-Man for He-Man collectors in 1/6 scale, whereas with things like X-Men, like there are other options. So I think people are less inclined to go down that animated style.
Phil's straight onto eBay, good man.
Get on it.
Buzzy, the Mr. Freeze is awesome, but for my first 1/6, I don't want an animated figure. I want the full real life. Agree. Now this is interesting. I wasn't expecting this. So this is again from, was it 3-0? I think are doing the Dungeons and Dragons figures, which I didn't see that coming. But very interesting. And then they've also put 2 more of the G.I. Joe line out, a Deathstroke and a Cobra Commander.
I bet you're creaming your pants.
I am, absolutely. In fact, I've seen the images 3 or 4 times, but it's done it straight away for us again, to be honest. Moist. I will definitely be getting both of those. I think they're absolutely phenomenal. I've got a Cobra Commander, but he's not in that style helmet and stuff. I just think they look mint. James, you're a massive... Sorry,
go on.
No, you're right, carry on.
I was just saying the Dungeons and Dragons license came completely left field. I wasn't.
I didn't see this. Oh, well.
And that's a good head sculpt. I think that's a pretty good head sculpt.
I think so. 3-0 is a bit odd. Like the head sculpts can be very hit and miss if you look at their Game of Thrones lines. This one looks on the better side, but they are discounts compared to like a Hot Toys or any of the others.
Yeah. I have to say, but the excitement for me is not necessarily that character; it's the other characters from the line. If they do, what's the term you used for it? The one that can transform into animals and things like that. You can have a lot of fun with that figure, with swap outs and things like that. Yeah, very cool. I like them. And then we get these. So again, it's the 3-0, but then we've got 2 Power Ranger things. I mean, shit.
How dare you? Don't listen to him. The Dragon Shield Black Ranger's already out, so that's kind of up now. But the Party Patroller came as a surprise. I wasn't expecting that. I kind of thought that because they kind of just kept doing like kind of alternate versions of like the Green Ranger and the Pink Ranger and the Black Ranger, and I was kind of like, oh, they've clearly hit a wall, and we're never going to get like a Rita Repulsor or a Goldar or anything like that. But like the fact that we've got a Putty Patroller gives me absolute hope that we might get some villains. And for me, the villains are what makes me a Power Rangers fan, like the creature designs and the suits and stuff like that. Also as well, I recently sold my Ranger collection, so I've just got White Ranger by himself, and I reckon 2 Party Patrollers either side, like getting ready to go. Could be good fun.
Yikes.
I mean, wow.
How excited he is. Good deal.
It looks shit, Ben. That
Yeah.
looks dreadful. Howard
but they
James,
look
help us out.
They look shit in the show.
Yeah,
like
it's
so
it's
how it does in the
100%
show.
authentic, isn't it? Yeah,
Exactly,
yeah,
it's accurate.
Yeah. Oh, well, if it's authentic shit, yeah, I suppose. GP just saying here, did you see? Oh, mate. Fuzzy sent us a link to that. The Thundercats lair from Super 7. It is
Outrageous.
huge. It's got an outrageous price as well.
I don't think it is an outrageous price for what it
$750?
is. Yeah, but if you compare it, I think last year they had the Eternia set or whatever, and that was like 800, I think.
Yeah.
And like that's smaller than this. Like, and I think for what you, I think it's.
I think the problem is because do you know what? Fuzzy sent us the link, I think it was, and I was having a good look at it. And I hummed and hawed, and then I went back to have another look at it, and then I went back again and had another look. And I thought, do you know what? Because I think the UK distributor has Comics and Cocktails or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But where are you going to put it? It's huge. Do you know what I mean? Literally, where?
It's the sort of thing that you would wipe your collection to be able to afford. You would sell everything, make room, and then that's it. You go all in on the Thundercats Super 7 Ultimates line.
Yeah.
And just have like the most epic display. Like I think it's that type of sell, really.
Yeah. Highland J wants a Red Sentry Ranger to go with his Lord Dracon.
Nice.
GP 700 with shipping. Yeah.
Oh well, then if it's with shipping.
But then I'd have to get all, because you don't get the figures with it. So then you'd have to get all the Super 7 figures, and they're about what, 50, 60 a shot? It gets expensive.
You can get them for like 40 quid.
Shut up, Ben, man. The turtle
sell
everything,
nice, Peter. You're gonna sell everything and
the
get
cat's lair is
cat.
much better value.
Yeah.
It would look spectacular. Shut up.
Yeah, exactly. Like, Fuzzy's exactly right with the turtle wagon.
Yeah.
That's that big. This fucking thing's
Huge.
fold out. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Then we've got this. Ben, you sent us this over. What do you think of this?
Well, yeah. So, literally just before we hopped on the stream, actually, I watched the Sideshow Con, and they gave us an official look at this properly. So there's a nice little promo video, and they kind of showed the figure in person. So this is the Sideshow Collectibles 1/6 scale David figure from the Lost Boys, and I really, really like this. This for me is Sideshow. Been a bit hit and miss. Like I think their Dirty Harry figures and stuff are fairly good, but I don't think their Crow was great. You know, they don't always get it right with their releases. But this just is fantastic, and because the only other company that makes a 1/6 scale David is a company called Redman Toys, who are like a third party company, and they're really not great figures at all. And they spoke about it on the stream. He comes with swappable feet, right, where he can hang upside down. So the stand that they come with comes with a extendable pole thing, and you can literally have it hanging upside down, which I've never seen that in a figure release before. So there you go, Chris.
Chris isn't a fan. Chris isn't a fan.
Oh, I thought he was like, oh, stop it. Like he was liking it. Like, oh.
No, he's saying it's piss poor.
Oh, stop. It's so tempting.
Yeah, like, oh, stop. But I want you to carry on, sort of thing.
Yeah, I'm not sure on this one. I'll want to see more images of this. I love the movie.
There's a neutral sculpt as well.
Yeah. James?
You get the noodles.
It's not for me. Like I like the Lost Boys, but I don't have that passion for it. But I like seeing officially licensed figures from this kind of stuff. Do you know, like to see?
Yeah,
it's not just the usual shite we get. Like, so it's cool that they've gone down this route. I would be tempted to get a Tim Capello, sexy sax man.
Yeah.
I think we're ever gonna get a 1/6.
Yeah, I know. It's a pipe dream there.
You get it signed that little fire.
Exactly. Yeah.
I can't wait for you know what? That's one of the highlights of the year. Just seeing him blow on that thing every year.
Yeah,
brilliant. You heard
it. Chris always speaks like that. Oh, stop it, you saucy mix. Chat's gone wild. Okay, guys. What are we thinking of this? What are you hoping for?
Thrawn.
We haven't seen the film yet, have we? But the show, I mean. We haven't seen the show yet. But, yeah.
No,
So you
but
wanna
we don't
throw-
need to. I don't even need to fucking. Just the trailers. I know it's going to be the greatest piece of television ever made.
Okay, yeah, good. So what are you hoping for from this then? Because they've announced that
Hera.
they're going to do
Everything.
Hera and Chopper 2
Yeah.
pack.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yes, please. Thrawn for me.
Right.
100%. Yeah, I'm absolutely buying that. Hera, I'd like to see as well. I mean, just get the list of the characters. Like, I want all of them.
All of them.
To be honest.
All of them.
Yeah.
What was it? Just my eyes, or did I see in the trailer a shot of Ahsoka in like a blue X-wing flight suit, like rebel flight suit, similar to what Zeb was wearing?
Yeah, she has that kind of
I
a.
swear I
a
saw
suit
one
on at
little
some
shot
point,
like that.
One of them. Yeah, maybe that's like her end game kind of like look
One of them.
for the second half of the show. Yeah,
That could be cool.
I'd love to see a Ray
Interesting.
Stevenson.
That could be cool.
Yeah. I was thinking
Yeah,
that, mate.
you know,
That
that'd
would
be really nice to see him kind of immortalized in figure form. Yeah, so that'd be a tempting. We'll get two of them, those two characters.
Exciting.
And it's like
exciting.
things like that, like what that could mean for the family. Do you know what I mean? To have him kind of immortalized in like a hot toy form, like, you know, if I were a Howard, well, yeah, but it's hot toy. It's not going to be like absolutely horrendous, but like if I were Howard, I'd be going out of my way to make sure that that was happening, and you'd have his family involved, and you know, stuff like that.
Yeah,
for sure.
No, I agree, Ben. I agree. It would be good. Okay, then we'll move on to these. These are interesting. So I've not heard of this company before. Syndicate, is it a new company? I think I read they were doing the pumpkin head, and then we've got the Megan and the Nada from what's that movie called? Is it They Live?
They Live, yeah, John
They
Nada.
Live. Yeah. These are pretty cool. I quite like these. Ben, if you still had your horror collection, I would have thought you would be picking up the pumpkin head because he's a pretty impressive looking figure.
Yeah, to be honest, if I still had my horror collection, I'd be having all of these, but because I don't have it anymore, it's I just love monsters and creatures, and the 1/6 scale just it feels so much more elevated than a smaller figure, and this pumpkin head's an absolute showstopper, to be honest. The Megan figure's real cool as well. I've not actually seen the Megan film yet, so I still need to watch that.
Give it a go. It's good fun.
Yeah, but as a wrestling fan, you know, having a Rowdy Roddy Piper is, you know, that feels like a good opportunity to make that happen as well. So, yeah, I like all of these. Whether any realistically will be coming home, I'm not sure, but I'm definitely interested.
How about you, James?
John Nada is very tempting.
Yeah,
I love that film, and yeah, I'd love to get like a John Carpenter kind of setup going, you know, so that'd be slotting there quite nicely.
We need an alien from that film though, really, to go with this. Like,
yeah. Chris is just saying here that Megan is creepy. I don't think I could have a figure of her in my house. Life size one would be cool. You
know that's going to happen. You know, Trick or Treat will have that.
Treat will do it. Yeah. I mean, great figures, and I think the sculpts again are superb, but none of those would be hitting my shelves, I don't think. Interested to see what this Syndicate company come up with, because they seem to be doing some interesting looking figures.
Yeah, was it the Ghoulies or whatever they were doing?
Yeah,
those little
Ghoulies. Ghoulies 2. Phil's just asking where his glasses are. They're in his hand, mate. You might not be able to see on the screen, but in his hand, he's holding them. Yeah. So Ghoulies 2, which is a film I remember watching when I was a kid. There's some great creature effects and practical monsters in that. So yeah, interesting figures. And then we get another Mondo animated version. This is the Mega Red. I think this looks phenomenal. It looks really, really cool. Not a one I'm going to pick up, but I just think they're doing great work with that animated style figure.
Nailed it. It's they are perfect figures for what they are, you know.
Yeah. Great character, man. I'm very surprised we've not had him in a movie yet. I know there was lots of rumor, wasn't there, about him being in Deadpool, but yeah.
That was Mr. Sinister, wasn't it? Oh no, sorry, there was wasn't it Falcon and the Winter Soldier? People were suspecting each pop in as well. Yeah, I remember. I'd imagine he'll be like one of the first up for the new batch of X-Men stuff, because him and Mr. Sinister are the two big ones that they haven't really used.
It's a very cool character design. I do like the figure. Okay. Disco Death Star Trooper.
Did you like that video? I did.
Yeah. His little whack a whack station. This is a weird figure, is it not?
I think they'd shown this about 9 years ago, at a convention. And obviously it never got made. It feels like a weird thing to dust off and show us again. I think this will appeal to people that maybe have the like Jazz Inc. dioramas and stuff. People who have that kind of full Death Star setup and stuff. But it's going to look weird in a detail. It's going to look weird in the middle of a module case. Like I struggle to kind of find the appeal with this, to be honest. And it's not a character. Do you know what I mean? That's just a generic face.
Yeah. That's the weirdest thing for me. It's like
Nigel from
who do you model this off? Exactly. Yeah. It's very bizarre.
But I think for me that makes the figure look really cheap. So when I was looking at some close-up pictures of it, and it was like it looks like a Ken doll almost.
Like
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know it's not for me, that one. I presume you guys aren't picking that up either. No. Now, here's probably, I would imagine, a must-buy for Ben. Jesus. I mean, Jesus. Do you think we're actually getting this? Is this going to be released?
I don't want to be a dick.
I mean,
I'm so conflicted on this because one half of the coin, Ant-Man Quantumania is one of my least favorite Marvel films ever made. Like, I really did not like that film. I really hated the character because I didn't mind the choice to have Darren Cross turn into MODOK. I found that quite interesting, and it worked as a concept. He shrunk down, got deformed, turned into MODOK, and that all worked. But I hated the characterization. It didn't feel MODOK. MODOK is a whiny, screeching, shouting, kind of like horrible little creep, and it just didn't come across like that in the film. So I hated all of that. So yeah, you'd think on paper, I would never want that figure. But
you do.
On the other half of the coin, it's a MODOK, 1/6 scale MODOK figure. That's potentially, probably never going to happen ever again. And for me as a MODOK fan, MODOK is one of my favorite characters in Marvel Comics. So it feels it. I feel weird to ignore this. I do feel like I have to cast an eye on it. And also, it looks better than it did in the film. Weirdly enough, having it as a physical form, immediately the face looks how it kind of probably should have in the film. It actually looks really good, scarily good, actually. And and obviously you have the option just to shove, because in a way you can kind of shove the helmet on, and I can, in my head, say, oh, forget about everything about Quantumania. I can just say this is a MCU, MODOK or whatever. So, but the head sculpt's incredible. That looks sensational, though, right? I know it's like
that image there looks
unsettling. It's the word I would use. It's the scale. I don't know what it is. I remember looking at people with it. It was just creepy. It's just because it's like a half a human head size thing. I don't like looking at it. It makes me uncomfortable.
Then I feel me and James know you well enough now to have some form of intervention. And I mean, I'm just going to tell you how this plays out. All right. You buy it. You're very excited. You look at it. It's the best thing since sliced bread. 4 weeks time, it's on for sale.
I think 3.5.
That's 3.5 weeks time. It's on sale half the price.
That's how long.
Doesn't fit in your collection, right?
Yeah, because it's huge. The thing is fucking huge. It's massive. The amount of room this thing takes up.
You don't want it.
Fuck you guys, because I've got more focused recently to the point where I'm not selling stuff anymore because I'm
have you got a giant head shelf? Have you got
everything I've got? I want but he could go with my villains, right? Sandman, Kingpin, MODOK.
Yeah,
he won't fit on that shelf with two other figures. Have you seen the size of this thing? It's massive.
I wouldn't have all the fucking bells and whistles, like the guns and stuff. Like I would just have him there. There. It is ridiculous.
Save yourself some money, right? Get him
kind
Mr.
of-
Wait till he's like
Potato Head.
£100 or
Get him
something.
Mr.
'cause
Potato
nobody's
Head.
buying this
Just paint
thing.
it gold.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
I kind of want Hot Toys to do this just to annoy people as well, like because like everyone's like, oh, I want Iron Man. Like I kind of want them to do something so like it's like King Shark. Like people hate King Shark, but I absolutely love that figure, and it's so different to everything that they always do. And I kind of just want them to do this just because it's something so unique and. Yeah,
Well,
get it off the screen because I want it. The more I look at it, the more I want it.
This is interesting.
This is ace.
Yeah, this is interesting. This has got us excited a little bit. I mean, yeah. Do you think it's die-cast? I'm not sure.
Sorry, James. I was going to say it looks nearly identical to the one that they released with the plastic coverings and stuff.
Yeah.
So is that one die-cast?
That one is die-cast, I believe. Right. Yeah. That's what I was going to say, actually. I heard this is just a repaint of that.
Really?
So, yeah. And people are moaning that, it looks like a Marvel Legend, looks plasticky, but like that's how it's supposed to look because it's
comic.
Die-cast justifies the price of it, I think. So
have you seen the base as well with the logo, the classic logo?
Yeah.
So cool.
I mean, I think this is a must for me to go with me comic figures.
For you, Peter, what you need to be salivating at is the prospect that they do this, a Cap and a Thor, classic, full classic, like Kirby, artworks.
But I mean, I even love the head sculpt. Do you know what I mean?
I love the head sculpt as well.
It's great.
Yeah. Oh, and there we are. This could be the one for Fuzz.
Yes, Fuzzy.
Yeah, it looks very cool, Fuzzy. I have to say it.
It's such an exciting prospect, right? This is like the start, and it's like they've finally listened. It's like they nearly got there with the other one, but then it had the weird plastic shit, and it's like they've gone, no, here is a full, and it's like the possibilities are completely endless with this range. Like really excited.
Well, I mean, if this sells well, which I would imagine it will be, that might be the turning point for Hot Toys and realizing that actually it hasn't got to be movie related figures, comics that sell. And if that's the case, the catalog of figures you could get is endless, Yeah. Exciting. I'm looking forward to seeing a few more images of that one. This is exciting. Ooh. Yeah, this is exciting. So hopefully we're going to get some let's tell them they're getting some prey figures. Oh.
This is like a nice surprise though. I'm stoked.
Yeah,
like this was probably my favorite movie of last year. So the idea of having like the main character and the Predator side by side is awesome. So like I just want to see it. Like, just show me.
Yeah,
don't show me that you have it. Like, just show me the figure, please.
I mean, I've got obviously, as you guys know, I've got a classic Predator, but I would pick this up as well. I think because I love the design of this one, and I think Predators, they're so different. Do you know what I mean? You can have multiple Predators, can't you?
Oh, easily.
That's why there's 15 Echo ones. Like,
yeah, exactly. So yeah, I'm excited by this. Again, though, just being a miserable old kid. Again, 2 years too late. Do you know what I mean? When was that Prey movie out?
Like a year and a half ago or something.
It must be longer than that. I mean, it feels like
it was last year. So
yeah.
By the time this drops out, it will be like
4
years.
Yeah. But yeah, very excited. Loving that. Can't wait to see some of these. Now, going to upset Ben because I think these look cack. I think that Drax looks awful. Mantis looks pretty
awful. Good. I don't know whether I'd go that far.
I don't know. I just think the costume, I don't know.
Costume looks fine to me. It's the plasticiness of the face sculpt.
Yeah.
It's the old sculpt people are saying.
Is it?
Yeah, that's what people are saying. Which, traditionally is people don't look back on that figure with a lot of funness, to be honest.
Yeah.
They're fine. I think they, at the end of the day, like the idea of being able to complete a whole team and they've all got matching outfits and stuff like that's pretty unheard of for Hot Toys. Yeah. So I think it's such an exciting thing. It kind of overrides the fact that they might not be a 10 out of 10, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, originally, I remember saying to you guys, I think, which figure was the first one we saw? Was it Star-Lord?
So it was Rocket, and
Yeah.
then Groot, and then Star-Lord, I think.
So
I remember saying that actually
right, yeah.
it really appeals to me to have them in, all of them, the full set in costume, because I love the costume. That's my favourite design for the costume. But the more I've seen them, the more I've kind of been turned off from them for some reason. I'm not quite sure why. Do you know what I mean? It's just, they're just not doing it, which is weird because I love the movie.
Greatest film of all time.
Yeah.
Bit hyperbolic.
Yeah. Oh, big words. And then we get this Loki
Yes,
on
one
throne.
Heineken.
Now I'm
One
not
and a
sure
half
about
Heineken.
this one. I didn't read the description. Is this a new Loki figure, or is it just the throne figure? What's the? Because we've seen the throne.
I think it's new because it's
before,
a Thor the Dark World like design, isn't it? Isn't that what this is from? The end of that?
Yeah, because it's the moment that he pretends to be Odin, right?
Yeah.
It's a bit of it feels like a bit of a mashup, to be honest, because the head sculpts, I think, is it President Loki's like grin?
Yeah,
It does look like it, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a re-release, isn't it? Let's be honest,
Yeah.
with a diorama, option. So
I do like the throne, mind. I've been looking at the thrones. I think there's a third party company did a throne a while ago, and it's about £200.
well, you've
quite
got
nice.
the reason to have this, and that is
Yeah.
having an Odin figure. So
Yeah.
fucking do one Loki, put Odin on this, on this, throne. That is, and even having Loki one side, and if you could get the OG Thor as well, like you can have them as the
Yeah,
young
that looks
brothers
sick.
either
Yeah.
side, would look very cool.
OG Thor's horrible, but the head sculpt's awful.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It's not good. Yeah, I'll not be picking that. I might pick up the throne if I can get a throne for a reason, but I'm not paying £200 for a throne. But yeah, nice. This does nothing for us. You guys familiar with League of Legends?
Vaguely familiar with some of the characters.
I remember Simon talking about this a while ago.
Is that the arcane thing or whatever?
Yes.
That?
Yeah, I think so. Again, but I guess for me, this is quite exciting because the few of the slides we've shown, it's Hot Toys doing different things instead of your standard stuff. So that is quite exciting. But yeah, it's not something. Phil, I think I have seen Arcane. That's a cartoon, isn't it?
It's really good, apparently. I've heard very good things.
Brilliant.
I think I've watched a few episodes with Thomas. So yeah. Yeah, Phil saying Arcane's superb. So exciting if you're a fan to have some of these figures coming out, I guess.
I think Miles was the turning point, because Miles proved that like there's an appetite for animated style figures and, something that's a little bit different, doesn't resemble an actor.
That's not Iron Man.
But that's what I was curious about, though, is like, what is the style of this going to be? Like, could they do like a Clone Wars style realistic take on the characters, or is it going to be animated style?
Don't know. Be interested to see. Look forward to see what comes out of it. And then we get some more Star Wars releases.
Dewback.
So cool. So fucking cool. Shit.
What are you talking about? What's a Dewback?
A Dewback.
Come on, man. A New Hope where they're looking for the droids.
Okay.
Hey, sir, I found
Special
one,
edition.
Yeah, got you.
Come on now.
That's a big beast, mate. I bet that's pricey. But it looks very, very sexy, I have to say. It looks very
Unfortunately,
cool.
I don't know why I didn't just assume this. It's just a statue, though. It's not like there's no articulation in it at all. Like for some reason, I thought there'd be almost like a metal skeleton underneath it, and you can move you could bend the feet on it or something. But
there's so much engineering that would have to go into that. It's a power pose, isn't it? It'll be like the Blurg. Like the legs might move, but other than that, like the fingers won't and stuff like that. For me, looking at this, I want to just go fill it up with sand, fucking buy one of these, call it a day. Just have
just retire.
Just epic, like Tatooine landscape, like diorama. Just so cool.
Yeah, shit. Phil saying that R2-D2 looks great and accurate. Face, orange, biting nails.
He's winding us up because he
Okay.
knows it's not R2D2.
Mm.
I will end you, Phil.
What about these? Is the droid at the end just a standalone figure? Can it just be a figure by itself? Surely.
Well, R5's already up for pre-order with the pit droid and
Okay.
the BD unit. So, but it's weird. That one looks a lot more weathered than this one. This one looks a little bit cleaner. But
This
I think
is supposed to be the
same.
Oh no, sorry. Yeah, the other one is the Mando one, isn't it? Because it's from Tattooed. Like it's
It's the same droid. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's lived a long life, James, of many
I
adventures.
don't know. Does he clean it up at some point in the? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what the branding of this one is then.
I don't think they'll release R5 twice. Like,
No. So what's the Mando style armored kind of green and blue person? Have I seen that one in something before?
Just background character and
it's just a
Mandalorian,
background,
isn't it?
yeah. So they've got this one, and they've got the obviously female
Female.
sort of version, and different clan flags,
Yeah.
to go with them. The way that you sell these figures, right, is you offer 2 or maybe even 3 different helmets in the packaging.
Yes, make them swappable.
That's the way so
customizable.
people can army build them, customize them, or even like a swap out jacket, maybe, so you can just get different colors. That's how you sell these figures.
Yeah, I think you're bang on there.
But we'll see.
And what about armorer in the middle? We've had an
People have been
armorer
debating
before,
if
haven't
it's a 2.0, yeah, because things look a little bit shinier, but I don't know whether that's just because it's kind of like they've just pulled out the prototype one from a while back. But we've got one. I don't think people are crying out for another one, to be honest. She didn't change anything dramatically as far as I'm aware.
So do any of those appeal to you? He's jumping. I mean, obviously, Ben, you've said the big green lizard thing.
I really want R5, because he'll just sit with my droids.
Yeah.
I want R5 and K2 really badly. So yeah,
I've got one of those little mouse droids. I don't know what I got that with. I got that with something.
Well, you know my address. So.
I've already claimed
Stormtroopers. Got it with the Stormtroopers, I think. Yeah. Okay, how about you, James? Any of those appeal?
No, too just like they're not prominent enough characters for me to jump on. The do back, if I had the space and money, that'd be really cool. And I think, like Ben said, they do a diorama with sand and shit, but none of these for me at the moment. We'll see. I could change my mind.
And then we get this announcement: Hot Toys
This is strange.
One Piece.
Because I think this show is probably going to be a disaster. So the fact that they've announced that they are doing figures on it already before it's even come out and see what people think of it is very cocky, I would say.
Yeah, and the figures are based on the TV show, not the anime. From what
it's the new Netflix, the live action Netflix series. Yeah.
Not a show that I'm familiar with. The comic, I know it's got a massive fan base. I know against Simon,
one of the biggest animes of all time.
Yeah. Either of you guys rushing to get this?
I hope. I'm curious to see how this goes, or if we ever even see one of these figures, depending on how the reception of the show is.
Yeah. Ben, are you familiar with One Piece?
Nah, my fuck.
It's pirates and shit, isn't it? Like
anime. Yeah, I've seen the guy with the phallic nose, and he's got a stretchy arm and stuff. I don't know. I've not seen it. I know nothing. Next.
Yeah.
Just to address Connie, I believe I know there's photos. I think there is a trailer as well. If she wants to check it out.
I did watch the trailer.
There is a trailer.
I'm going to give it a go. I tried the episode of Cowboy Bebop, but it was pretty dull.
Last figure for to talk about, I think, guys, unless I've missed any that you want to jump in on. So this one, well, we've already seen the IG unit. It's the brain's gone blank. What do you call Anakin? What do you think?
So it's worrying, I think, because this is the next stage, I think, for Hot Toys, and that is to compete with in-art. This is a very obvious kind of you know, sort of mimicry of the style of, you know, announcement. You know, even the way they've kind of, the promo photos are fairly sort of simplistic and stuff like that. It all feels very, and I think I can't remember what they've titled it, but they've titled it like the premium range or something like that. And so I'm worried because it's like, you know, is this the new precedence, and can we not go, you know, will they eventually just only do this and not look at kind of doing the kind of cheaper sculpted hair sort of options and stuff like that? And quite honestly, I don't know whether you got a picture of it, but the promo pics in comparison to the in-hand images,
so I do. So
different.
I've got a question for you then. That figure there, burn that into your brain. That figure,
stunning. Like one of the best things I've ever seen. Look at it. Looks like a photo. Looks like an figure. Incredible.
Is that the same figure?
This is what it looks like on the like show floor. Like this is the best they could get it looking. Like you may as well ask me to paint the fucking face sculpt if you think I'm gonna get the hair to look anything like it is on those promos.
I mean, it's fucking
like you will never get the hair to look that good on it. Like, yeah, this is the closest you'll get, and it looks like shite.
But it's not even just the hair for me; it's the costume. I mean, that looks nothing like that.
That's
do you know what I mean? That's not the same figure, surely.
Or am I like the fabrics are all different colors, and
lighting is a big part of this as well, you know.
Yikes. That looks
the one thing we can say though is that the new sculpt for Hayden is incredible though.
Yes, like, absolutely, yeah.
Even
but his hair like suits sculpting, like because it's almost like it's sculpted in a sense on him, you know, like there's so much mousse and shit in it, like it looks great.
I just don't think rooted hair. And people have probably chastised me for this, but I think even those in-art figures are going to start looking shit in about 3 years.
Yeah,
like I really don't trust this kind of rooted hair option. But my worry is that this is like they'll go right. Here it is, the premium range, the luxury range, whatever they want to call it. This figure's £400. That's what I'm worried about. You know, and then where do we go from there? You know,
I'm literally I cannot see that.
Got hair in your mouth.
Yeah.
Being that, I just can't see it. The colors are all different. It's the costume doesn't sit the same way. The hair looks completely different.
Yeah,
it's dog shit. That's shit. Do you know what I mean? And yeah.
And like that's like I said, the best that whoever the displayer that came in and set this up for this could guess, you know. So like
that's the worrying
you can spend
thing,
a week fixing this up and it's not going to look even like
that's
this.
The worrying thing, that they know these pictures are going to be everywhere.
Yeah,
and that's what they decided to show. We've got a proper mince. Good, it's mince time.
See, Modoc's not looking so bad now, is he, guys?
In Chris's bang on, it looks like one of them's from the middle aisle.
I love the middle aisle in Lidl.
Yeah, so do I. While Stallone's getting all the shopping, that's where I am looking at the tools that I don't need and the things for cars that I don't want. His hair looks like mine when I wake up after washing it. Yeah. Oh dear. Dear me. So yeah, and like I say, I mean that yeah. That's for whack, guys. Have I missed anything? Is there anything we've not talked about that you want to mention?
Trying to think. I think that's pretty much everything.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we could do another hour on Godzilla stuff if you want. So
let's leave that for a different show.
Oh, okay.
Okay, guys. Listen, thank you very much for taking part tonight, gentlemen. It's always a pleasure spending time with you. Thank you to everybody that's been in the comments. It's been great seeing and hearing everybody's opinions. Just to remind you, tomorrow night we've got Saturday Night Live. We're going to be talking about toy movies. I'm hoping to try and get to see Barbie soon as well. So we'll
going on Tuesday, I think.
You're on Tuesday?
Yeah, I think so as well. Barbenheimer.
Yeah. Barbenheimer, yeah. So join me tomorrow night for a chat about all things toy-related movies. That's your whack. Okie dokie. thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, gentlemen. And just quickly before we go, where can people find you next? James, what have you got coming up?
Yeah, I've just been doing my shorts lately. So I've been obsessed lately with Marfalump, who was Pepsi's Star Wars mascot back when the Phantom Menace. So I've thrown up a few clips of like ads that he.
Brilliant.
So yeah, I'm gonna shorts over the next few days. Anyway.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
I cut off there, did I?
You did.
Yeah,
you did. Yeah.
It was your one moment to shine, and you
Marfalump.
it.
That's all you need. That's all you need to hear is Marfalump. You know. So
Ben, what about yourself?
Oh, joy.
Yeah, so if you're into your 1/6 scale figures, I did a showcase on this gentleman this week, and also this gentleman. So yeah, my Kingpin from Susu Toys and Cad Bane from Hot Toys came in. So if you go over to the Shorts tab on my channel, you can check out my little showcase videos of those. And that's pretty much it for me. I'm hoping to have a collection tour out in a couple of weeks' time, and yeah.
Great. Good stuff. Good stuff. Okie gentlemen. Thank you very much. Thank you to everybody that's been watching. Do appreciate you spending time with me. And we'll catch you next time. So bye, everybody.